guys, it's Natalie.
And it's Rafe.
It's been a little bit. Rafe finished his show 2 weeks ago, and this week is our VBS for our church. So we've been really busy, but we are going to be very consistent starting after this Yankee series. It's been about 3 weeks since we've made a podcast, but I've been posting shorts and stuff, so it's been going good. So our last podcast we talked was the Royals at the end of May. After that, we won the first game against the Cubs 6-2. I know Fraley had a homer, Stevenson had a homer, Lux had a RBI, and Friedel had a homer. So we did really good. And of course, Abbott pitched light out. But then Saturday, the Cubs beat us 2-0. We had one hit that whole game. It was Friedel.
I remember that game. It was the ball that was against the wall, and Benson didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, it's because Fenway Park, like
Wrigley Field.
Talking about the Red Sox. Wrigley Field has that on the right field, like the line you can't hit a foul if it's in the ballpark.
Those are the two oldest ballparks, so it makes sense why you would get that confused.
Yeah, I know. I guess that's why. Then that Sunday we lost 7-3. Ellie had a 2-run bomb, and this was right after his sister passed away, and it was kind of sad. But he did what he could do. But we lost 7-3. I remember that was a Martinez pitching who gave up 5 runs. And then the Saturday game, where we talked about, we lost 2-0. Lodolo actually had a good game, but our offense did not want that. Then the beginning of June, we started the Brewers. We lost 3-2. That's the game we went to.
Yeah, we did get that game.
Oh, it was kind of devastating. It literally came down to Hampson.
Yeah. Christian Yelich hit like the boat whenever we went there.
Yeah, it was stupidly, and that was the last run scored. I remember Ellie had an RBI single, and Steer had a perfect RBI bunt, and they didn't win. Then that Tuesday game, we won 4-2. Now, I do remember this game. Now, Benson had a solo home run that was clutch in the 8th. Joe had RBI sac fly, and Stevenson had a 2-run homer. But what I remember about this game, and we was up 4-2 in the bottom of the ninth, the top of the ninth. We had 2 outs. Ellie made an error. He decided to chuck it in the stands. I don't know why. But then, how do you say his name? Bowers?
Jake Bowers.
Jake Bowers comes up. I see it. We see it in play. It says out, but it says 400 feet. And then I see comments. Friedel robbed him. Friedel robbed him. We didn't see it because he was driving. Looked at it. Friedel robbed his home run. So, thanks to TJ Friedel, who should be an all-star, by the way. Vote him, and you can vote 5 times a day. Vote Friedel. Vote Ellie. Vote Abbott. Vote all the Reds people. But it's amazing.
So, if you're one of the 10 people who see this, vote Reds.
Okay, stretch it. Give it 15 people. But yeah, Friedel's amazing. I know Friedel. So, we won 4-2. Then the next day, we lost 9-1.
We got murdered.
Abbott did not do that good. He gave up 5 runs. He didn't have to do that.
It's okay. That game was our introduction to Nallie's new favorite player, Wade Miley.
No. Absolutely not. Then the weekend of the 6th, 7th, and 8th, we played the Diamondbacks. We had a rain delay, so we had to make up the game. Strand came back, had an awesome debut, had a homer. In the rain, by the way. One of our Red guys, we poster. That we watched, that they post, Lance McAllister, is amazing, by the way. If he sees this, most likely he won't. Lance, big shout out. I'm the girl of comments, sometimes a little negative stuff, so you could see my comments. But other than that, we're good. Anyway, shout out to him. He actually said it was like Strand hit a home run before the rain poured down. But what I caught about that is, no, Strand hit it in the rain. And that made me catch that because it was horrible. And then he hit our first walk-off of the year, which is kind of sad, but that's okay. We won 4-3. Anyone else do anything? Friedel had that 2-run bomb before it started raining. Then the next game we won 13-1. Steer 2 RBI, Stevenson had RBI, McLean had RBI, Lux had his grand slam, Friedel got our RBI hit by pitch, Fraley got our RBI. Strand got a 3-run bomb. It was an amazing game for us. So that's our 2-0 this time, Max. Then Sunday we won 4-2. Trevino got a homer, and then Strand got a homer. And then I think this was the start of Matt McLean's legacy run. He hit his 2-run homer. It's been a while since he hit a homer at this point.
Strand ended his legacy run those 3 games. He hasn't really done anything since then.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad for Strand. But McLean started his legacy run. And he's been pretty good since then. So, shout out to McLean. Then we went to Cleveland. And we won the Ohio Cup, guys, for the first time since 2014? 2013.
Yeah, why win a division title or win the World Series when you can win the Ohio Cup?
I know, exactly. We won 7-4. Connor Joe had a clutch RBI double that put us up a little more. Bitson had RBI single. Lux did. Strand had an RBI sac fly. It looks like Fraley had a solo shot. Friedel had a solo shot. And then Fraley has been doing good. He's been on and off, though. But yeah, pitching, that was I think it was a bullpen. It was a bullpen game. Yeah, that game. But they did okay. Then we won 1-0. And that was Steer had 1 RBI single, but that wasn't the most exciting thing of the game. Tell us what most exciting about that game was.
Abbott threw a complete game shutout.
Yeah. All-Star, guys. Apparently, the 10 people who's watching vote Abbott for All-Star. But yeah, Abbott had a shutout game. It was very exciting. The last hit was closer to homer, which was kind of scary. Then the third game, they just crushed us 11-2.
Nick Lodillo got shelled.
I know. Friedel and Ellie each had a home run. But yeah, Lodillo was... but that's okay. Then the first game of the Tigers, we go in the weekend playing the best record team in MLB. Not necessarily the best team overall, I would say, but they had the best record in MLB. They was hot. They were winning games. We lost 11-5. Regardless of losing, we had 5 runs. So, that's fine. But then Saturday, we won 11-1 for some reason. McLean hit a 3-run bomb. Steer had a solo shot. Stevenson had a grand slam, which my grandpa said before that he's going to throw a hanging pitch.
Yeah, speaking of our grandpa, we were watching that game with him, and he apparently, to him, the pitcher we faced was one of the best pitchers in the league.
Yeah.
According to him.
Flaherty is like some goat to my grandpa, which, I mean, he did good with the Dodgers. And the Dodgers won the World Series last year. So, Lux had a single. Ellie had a solo shot. Trevino had an RBI sac fly. It was a good day. Then Sunday, I was kind of getting nervous. We was down 4-2 in the 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-2 in the 8th. Ellie had an RBI single. Bitson had a sac fly. Then Lux had an RBI single. And then Strand scored on a wild pitch, 6-4. And then top of the ninth, 2 outs. Ellie hits the home run, 2-run bomb. We won 8-4, and we came back in the Tigers. That was pretty great. We was happy. Then Tuesday, June 17th, we won against the Twins, 6-5. Friedel had a 2-run bomb. Not 2-run bomb. 2-run single, that was clutch. Fraley had a 2-run single. And Bitson had a 2-run double. Bitson's been kind of cold lately, so let's hope he brings it up. Then we won 4-2 against the Twins. RBI single for Maddie, RBI single for Will, and a 2-run homer for my guy Steer, who a lot of people questioned was like, why is Tito putting Steer as cleanup hitter? And then he had a 2-run bomb, and people was like, okay. Then me and Rafe went to the game on June 19th.
Not a good idea.
No. We was up 2-1 in the first, but after that it went
and then
downhill.
After the Twins never looked back. They destroyed us.
Yeah. Martinez is horrible, and we lost 12-5. Then the Cardinals, who I'm not even going to talk about the Friday game, we lost 6-1. Horrible stuff that happened in the 8th inning.
It was either the 7th or 8th. I think it was the 7th.
7th. I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, we're blocking that game from our memory.
And I'm also blocking the Saturday game from memory, too.
Well, at least Saturday we actually did some good things on offense.
6-5, guys. We are tied 2-2, right? Right, yes. Ellie slams one after throwing up, by the way, because he was overheated. Threw up, came in the dugout. He's up to bat. Hit the 2-1 blast. We're up 4-2. Ellie comes clutch, as he usually does. And then we had, who else? Was it Lux? No. Bitson hit a sac fly. We're up 5-2. Got in the bottom of the 8th. We gave up 2 runs. Kind of stinks about that. Tony Satal. How do you say his last name?
Sandion.
Sandion. Ugh. But anyway, and then Pagan comes in, who has been really good this year, but gives up a solo shot. And of course, we go in extra innings. And you know how we are in extra
He's
innings.
thinking extra innings.
We all made it to the 10th out scoring. And then the 11th, we had 2 out. If the Cardinals would have got out, we had great people coming up. But that's okay. We lost to a walk-off. And Sunday, we won 4-1. Luck's had RBI.
Because guess who? Abbott was pitching.
Yeah. Every game Abbott pitched, it's perfect. Freed had RBI sac fly. Fraley had RBI double. McLean had a solo shot, which he's been doing really good, and I'm happy for him. There was a game McLean hit. It was a Saturday game against the Twins. He went like 3 for 4 or 3 for 5, but he had 3 hits, and he's been doing really good. But we won. Fun fact, we have never been shut out by a series. We are the only team in MLB who has not been swept this year in a series. So hopefully we keep that up, and hopefully we sweep people. But tonight was the first night against the Yankees, and all I'm saying is we won 6-1. They may have an Aaron Judge, but we have Ellie De La Cruz. And Ellie De La Cruz showed up Aaron Judge tonight.
You're getting them bonus content.
Yeah, I know. Ellie De La Cruz made Aaron Judge, after Aaron Judge's solo shot, the only run they scored, Ellie De La Cruz laughed and made it look like a fool.
Yeah, you're lucky. We may charge extra next time for that.
Yeah, I've given you guys a sneak peek of our next series talk. But hopefully this long series talk doesn't happen, as me and him are trying to be more consistent about it. When Rafe goes to college in the end of August, we're going to try to do our series every weekend. If not, we'll may do a thing with the podcast he watches called
Locked
On
on
Reds.
Reds.
If you've seen this Locked On Reds, my husband is a huge fan.
They're never going to see this.
Which he was at a game, the Rangers game, the Monday of our opening season, the week after opening season weekend. Rick didn't even go over and say hi. He's too nervous.
I'm shy.
Yeah. Like if I see Joe Burrow in public, or